Hello everybody, welcome to today's English class. I hope you're all doing fine. The weather is getting better every day, but watch out for yourselves. Take care. The weather is not hot enough, so don't get sick. So, before we start our class today, I want to show you some pictures. Can you please take a look at these pictures? Yes, there are pictures of kids doing some activities, playing games and doing activities together. So, as kids, did you do the same activities? Yes, most of you did the same activities when you were kids. And are you still doing these activities? Yes, probably. Most of these activities are not done. We don't do these activities now. So they were made in the past. Yes, you're right. So I want you to take a look at the second set of pictures. The teenagers doing activities and playing games. Yes, can you tell me, are you doing these activities lately? Have you done these activities lately? Maybe most of you are still doing most of these activities. Yes, we are still doing these activities. For example, playing football, playing bowling, maybe singing together. Yes, studying lessons as we do now. Yes, we do most of these activities still. We did in the past and we still do most of these. You're right, that's true. In today's lesson, we will learn to talk about our past habits and ongoing familiarities using structures used to, be used to, and get used to. So, let's start our lesson. So, I want you to look at your first sheets, presentation sheets. So, let's start with used to. We use the structure used to describe things that we regularly did in the past, but that we no more do. So we don't do these things in the present. We did them regularly in the past and they are finished. For example, he used to go to our school, but he no longer does. She used to be overweight, but she became a model last year. So it means that she is no longer overweight. She lost her weights. So you see. And about be used to. We use be used to describe things that are not new or no longer strange. We experienced it many times and we still do. They are not new or strange to us. For example, he is used to swimming every day. So, he swims every day. He knows. And he continues to swim every day. I am not used to getting up early. So, it means I'm not getting up early. I'm still not getting up early. I'm getting up late. It means so. And get used to. We use get used to for to express an action or situation that becomes less strange or new or becomes more comfortable. So let's have an example. Staff will have to get used to a new way of working, which means the way of working in the company has changed and the staff needs to adapt to this new way. So they will get used to in the future. Another example, I could not get used to driving on the wrong side on the street. So, for example, I lived in Turkey before and now I live in England. In Turkey, I am used to driving on the right side, but in England, I must drive on the left side, but I'm not familiar with it. So I say I could not get used to driving on the wrong side of the street. So you see, I'm not having the habit of driving on the other side. So on the second sheet, we will see in more details. So let's go over our structures again in our second sheet. For used to, we form the sentence with used to plus the base form of the verb, the first form of the verb. We use it to describe past habits that we don't do anymore, we don't perform anymore. For example, I used to study French when I was in high school. So that means I no longer study French. We get used to in the form get used to plus the ing verb or noun or pronoun. After get used to, we use the ing form of verb, noun or pronoun. We use it to start to become accustomed or doing something. For example, I get used to waking up early, which means I started getting up early and I'm getting used to it. Let's have another example. I'm getting used to living in a big city. I moved here 1 week ago. So before I lived in a small city, now I moved into a big city and I'm getting used to living in a big city. That's something new but becoming less strange for me. So our next structure, be used to, is used to express something that we have become familiar. That's something we have become familiar with. We use it in this structure. Be used to plus the ing form of the verb, a noun or a pronoun. Again, be used to plus ing form of the verb, a noun or a pronoun. So, for example, I am used to living in a big city. So, I have been living here for 2 years. I started living in the big city 2 years ago and I'm still living in this big city. So I'm used to living in a big city. You understand? Alright. We will get more clear with our examples. Now I want you to fill the correct forms of the verbs in our first practice. Okay, I'm waiting for you. When you finish, we will go over some of the examples together. So, I guess you're finished. Let's look at some of the examples. For example, the first one, Jess blank to watch Ariel. What do we use? Was used to, got used to, used to. Let's check the form of the verb. The verb is in the first form, infinitive form. So we will use used. Jess used to watch Ariel, but he no longer does. So you understand? Let's check number 4. He is not used to blank at big supermarkets. So we are using used to. So our verb must be in first form. So we use he is not used to shop. He is not used to shop at big supermarkets. For example, let's do number 10. I can't get blank losing money. So I'm not familiar with losing money. What structure do we use? Yes, true, you're right. I can't get used to losing money. I'm not getting familiar. So that's true. Let's check number 15. First, let's check the form of the verb. The verb is getting up. The ing form is in ing form. So we will use be used to. Yes, true, that's right. So we will say Sue isn't used to getting up early. Yes, true. Congratulations. So, you can pass to your second sheets. In these sheets, please read the instructions once more and complete your exercise. I'm waiting for you. So, I guess you're all finished. So, let's read the instructions again and remember the structures. For used to, we use used to talk about past habits. It indicates that something was repeated in the past, but is no longer repeated. It's finished. And be used to. We use be used to talk about something you are accustomed to. That means we are doing it and we are familiar with it. The action continues. So for that we use be used to. So I guess you have done all the exercises. For the third sheet, I want you to do it as homework. Do it at home and bring it for the next lesson. Okay, thank you. So, turn back to the second sheet. And can anyone do the fourth exercise for used to? Yes, you're true. I used to go to the beach in the summer. I used to go to the beach in the summer, but I no longer do. That's true. And can someone do the sixth example for be used to? Yes, that's true. You're right. I am used to getting up early in the morning. I am an early bird. I am used to getting up early in the morning. I am an early bird. Yes, true. Congratulations. Now, as writing, what I want you is to look at these pictures again and think of what you did when you were a kid and when you were a teenager. The activities that you have done when you were a kid and teenager, and write a paragraph using our structures that you have learned today and turn them into a paragraph. I'm waiting for you. Describe those actions using the structures we have learned today. Used to, be used to, and get used to. So, I'm waiting. You may start. Okay, I believe you have all finished. So, can some of you read what he or she has written? Okay, I'm listening. Okay, thank you. You have done very well. Yes, yeah, I like that. Don't you think so? She has done very well. Congratulations. Before we finish our lesson today, let's do some more exercises and remember what we have learned. So, please tell me what we shall use for these actions that I'll tell you. For example, play tennis every day for 6 years. So, I don't play anymore. So, what shall you use? Yes, that's true. I used to play tennis for 6 years. Correct. So, I'm getting more comfortable with the cold weather. What shall I use? Yes, that's true. I get used to the cold weather. Now I'm more comfortable with the cold weather. So I get used to the cold weather. True. I cooked for my family before for 5 years. What shall I use? Yes, that's true. I used to cook for my family for 5 years. That's true. Congratulations. Live with my dogs still. So take care. I mean, still living with my dogs. So what shall I use? That's true. I'm used to living with my dogs. I am used to living with my dogs. Congratulations, that's true. One final example. I'm still taking the bus to go to work. What shall I use? Yes, that's true. I'm used to taking the bus to work. I'm used to taking the bus to work. True, congratulations. Finally, I want from all of you to tweet a past habit using used to. Make a tweet about a past habit using used to. Okay, thank you to all for participation. Thank you for your participation and listening. So I hope to see you all in our next class. Goodbye.